Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Good Morning Soul. Today, we are looking at another episode of Love, Death, and Robots. This one is titled In Vaulted Halls Entombed. I don't know how to feel about this one. We immediately start off and we're introduced to a group of soldiers. None of them have, distinct personalities. I've seen a million stories about soldiers, and real life things are boring. Is that a normal opinion? When I say this, the same thing with reality TV and people play Call of Duty. It's just something about such a real world element is boring to me. But they're on a sci-fi planet asteroid thing. They're trying to find a hostage that's in this cave, but the story isn't all the way there for me. Maybe I missed something. But they're going to this cave, trying to find a hostage, and there's just a bunch of robot spiders in there. It's military group versus robot spider creatures. And I just watched Swarm, and that was such a better version of this. Of a lot of, little bug creatures versus humans in a isolated rock format with a realistic art style. The art's looks good technically, on a mechanical level, but it has no substance. It's just plain photorealism, and then they're in a cave. The lighting isn't super interesting or doing anything comparatively with Swarm. And I feel like they really are starting to put the death in Love, Death, and Robots, because so many of these films and short stories in general are just oh, well, we have to establish characters, and once we've established characters, what are we going to do with them? Let's just kill them. Let's just kill all the characters, and that's exactly what they do. One by one, they die, and the first time they fight the spiders, it's the most unconvincing battle I've seen ever. They are shooting at these things, but there's no mental cohesion as oh, they're pulling back from the spiders, and no, it just kind of feels like the spiders are going at the exact same speed and taking up the exact same amount of cave space, and they're shooting them off. That was the first guy to die, and they just walk back. He yells, run back, and they're still just shooting. But it doesn't feel like the spiders, it looks like they're about to hit them, but they just never do. So, very unconvincing beginning here. And we've already killed 2 characters. Who cares? We're wasting bullets on her killing our friends. Mercy kill, I get it. But, yeah, and then they stop at the end of the cave. Why wouldn't they just immediately run as fast as they can? I didn't understand the logic behind that moment. And this, very dramatic scene right here. And then I think it's just a trio. The next battle is much better. They're basically in a video game level, like God of War or something. They're going down this giant staircase, and we realize more towards the end of this, I was oh, it's Cthulhu. The thing at the center of all this, it's Cthulhu. It's literally, I'm not even joking, Cthulhu. In the flesh. He's mind controlling them and forces them to do battle. It's great. The one who's not, the girl who is not mind controlled wins, but she gets indoctrinated a second later anyway. And Cthulhu's release me. Release me. He says it 100 times. Release me. And that's how we end it. Good guys down, Cthulhu on top, as it should be. Any story where Cthulhu wins is a respectable one, but everything else in this story is pretty forgettable for me. I doubt I'm going to remember this film in a year from now. It's just another Love, Death, Robots episode. I'm going to give this one a strong 5. I tell people this about my score system, a 7 out of 10, if it's a 6.9, it's not rounding up. It's it's still a 6 out of 10 if it's a 6.9. This feels like a 5.9, but because I do like some things about it, but in the end, it's still just a 5 out of 10 for me. Potentially, I think this is my least favorite one out of this season so far. I don't know if that's a hot take or not. I haven't seen any other people's reaction for this yet. But speaking of reactions, let me know yours down in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time, and with that, I leave you.